Today is Thursday, September 12th. This is Noreen Johnson, and here are the good news headlines of the day. When Minnesota Governor Tim Walz was a congressman, he voted against a bill that would mandate life-saving care for babies who survive abortions, according to the Pulse. In 2018, Walz initially voted in favor of the Born Alive Survivors Protection Act, but later wrote to then Speaker Paul Ryan and asked to reverse his vote. In his request, he said he had voted yay in error. After Walz became governor of Minnesota in 2019, he repealed legislation that required reasonable measures be taken to preserve the life and health of children born alive after botched abortions. At least 3 such incidents were reported in Minnesota in 2019, and in 2021, 5 cases were reported, according to a health department report, and all 5 of those babies died. Late-term abortion became an issue in Tuesday's debate between Harris and former President Trump, when Trump said that Harris and Walz were in favor of killing babies up until and after birth. Former President Donald Trump declared victory on Wednesday morning following his debate with Vice President Kamala Harris, saying he believed it was one of his best debate performances ever. The Republican nominee made the remarks during an interview on Fox and Friends after he had to battle not only Harris, but also biased ABC News moderators David Muir and Lindsay Davis over the course of the 105-minute event. Trump called the debate rigged, alleging extreme bias from Muir and Davis, which included them only fact-checking his statements and not Harris's, and them pressing Trump with follow-ups while allowing Harris to evade questions. After discussing various points from the debate, Trump was asked about Fox News' offer to both campaigns to have a debate hosted by Bret Baier and Martha MacCallum. The network offered 3 dates in October: October the 9th in Arizona, October the 15th in Georgia, or October the 16th in North Carolina. The widow of a fire chief who was killed during the 9/11 terrorist attacks 23 years ago blasted President Joe Biden for a callous and flippant remark about his plans to mark the anniversary Wednesday at Ground Zero. Joanne Barbara, widow of Gerard Barbara, an assistant chief in the New York Fire Department who died inside the World Trade Center on 9/11, participated in Wednesday's services but took a moment to call Biden out directly. She said this: "The elected officials here today show their respect and reverence to the families on September 11th, or, in our president's words, do 9/11. Quite a flippant remark. But please remember the September 11th families live it every day, not just on the anniversary." Biden was widely criticized for his phrasing after he spoke with reporters on the White House lawn Tuesday, first detailing his plans to watch the ABC debate between Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump, and then adding an aside about attending the 9/11 memorial in New York. ABC News debate moderators David Muir and Lindsay Davis fact-checked former President Donald Trump several times during Tuesday night's debate, while allowing Vice President Kamala Harris to lie with impunity. It was obvious coming into the debate that Trump was not going to get a fair shake, given that Davis had tried to falsely suggest that Trump had ties to the KKK last month, and an analysis from this week found that Muir gave Harris 100% positive coverage, but Trump 93% negative coverage. A Daily Wire analysis of the debate found that the moderators fact-checked Trump 4 times while never fact-checking well over a dozen lies that Harris told. They also hit Trump with 6 follow-up questions or remarks after it was his turn to talk, something that they did not do to Harris, even as she repeatedly evaded answering questions. At no point during the debate did Muir and Davis fact-check any of Harris's lies. Both moderators also repeatedly pressed Trump with follow-up questions and remarks, something they did not do once with Harris, despite her being the candidate that is the most unknown to the public. And then today, September 12th, marks the feast day of Blessed Apollinaris Franco. Apollinaris was a dedicated priest, educator, and missionary who devoted his life to the service of others. Apollinaris ministered to the other prisoners and converted some of the jailers through his example and teaching in prisons. On September 12th, 1622, he was burned at the stake along with other Franciscans and Jesuits. Blessed Apollinaris, pray for us. And those are your daily good news headlines. This is Catholics for Catholics. May God bless you and may God bless the USA.